KCAA Radio, Loma Linda, where no listener is ever left behind.
All right. Good afternoon, listeners. This is Charles Whitehead, and I'm here to start the Cool Veterans Show. Again, good afternoon. I'd like to thank you all for coming through. I'm your host, and I have my co-host, Martha Varela and Elizabeth Yale online. And they will come on in a minute, but I'm going to just tell you, today is the first day of Black History. So we're going to touch in a little bit about that, about the veterans for Black History Month. And just kind of give you an update of what we've been doing. And so the premise of this show is, we have kind of an eclectic taste. We do, our show is about veterans, disabled people, music, and sports. And when I say sports, I mean like sporting events and things like that. And so this is what we do. We want to make sure that, we're not the average, kind of program. We want to be a little bit different. We want to give you different insights. We will be providing you with some resources, some information, tell you what we're doing, and things like that. And basically, I could tell you, like last weekend, we, as the Paralyzed, me being the president of the Paralyzed Veterans of America, California chapter, and our office is in the Long Beach, VA, and we do a lot of things. We get a lot of things done, and we're just having fun, helping our veterans and being supportive of our veterans. And of course, I'm associated with the Rancho Los Amigos, and I teach a songwriting class out of there, and I'm there for the music part. So I'm kind of I wouldn't say career-minded, but I've been there, part of Rancho, since becoming a patient in 1987, and then turned around and I did some volunteering in 1992, and I got hired in the pathokinesiology lab working for Dr. Jacqueline Perry in 1994. And I've been a part of Rancho ever since, and I will always be a part of that. So let me see who. I know my guests, my co-hosts are on the line. Let's see who we got on the line here. Let's just see who we got. I know Martha's under the weather a bit. Who do we have here? Elizabeth? Or is this Martha?
Yes, I'm here.
This is Martha. How you doing, Martha? This is Martha Varela, and she's our co-host. She's the executive director of the Paralyzed Vets of America, California chapter as well. Martha, say hello to the audience. I know you're under the weather.
Hello, everyone. Yes, feeling a little under the weather today, but I'm happy to be here to Fort Charles, and Elizabeth probably will be joining us shortly, but yes, happy Saturday to everyone, this 1st of February. Happy Black History Month and happy American or Heart Health Month, if I got that correct.
Yes.
I'll talk a little bit about that later.
Yes.
So, American Heart Month, there we go. Happy
yes.
American Heart Month.
Yeah, she's sick, so we give you a slight pass. That's okay. But I was just telling our audience some of the things that me and my association with the vets and the Rancho Los Amigos, and Martha, I know we don't want to have you talking too much because your voice is not exactly but just give us a quick a little something about you. I told them you're the executive director of the Paralyzed Vets of America California chapter. So just give us a quick insight on some of the things that you're doing.
Sure. As Charles mentioned, I'm the executive director, California chapter, CVA, here in Long Beach, California. We're located inside of the Long Beach VA hospital. I'm also a Army veteran, Minnesota Army National Guard, where I was a combat medic for 6 years. also have a passion for working with homeless veterans and women veterans. So, like Elizabeth, our co-host, just really have a passion for working with women, veterans, and housing, kind of the intersectionality of how we can get more resources down to our veterans, and in particular right now with the housing crisis in California and nationwide, just trying to provide support and resources to those in need. I've also am a mother of 2 children, 2 sons and 2 grandchildren, so very active with my children, and also a basketball coach. It's been a while since I've coached, although I think 2017 was the last physical teams that I coached before I started grad school. So just a little bit about me.
Well, good. I know Martha's. She keeps herself busy with the chapter, and like she said, she has a son who's in high school. He's a multi-sport talented young man. So, that helps keep her going all the time. So she's really has to juggle her schedule, and but she gets it done. And we're glad that she's part of our chapter, and she's helping us to get all of the things we need to do for our veteran members and the community, the veteran community as well. So again, like you said, the housing is a thing, and we were focused on the last couple of shows. We were focused on the fires, because we have members and friends who were actually affected by the fires, and I have friends who lost their homes, and it's not fun when something like that happens. And one of my friends was actually on his honeymoon, and got the call that about the house burning down, and that's not fun. That's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow. But we the community has got behind the fire victims, and there are all kinds of fundraisers and things like that, and we're happy to be able to be part of that, and just be supportive, and because it takes a little bit more than just money. There's emotional support that's needed as well. So I'm glad to be just able to help. This is a passion of mine, to help people, to help veterans, to help disabled people in general, and just be able to help. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Martha's going to give us a little bit of information about some of our heart walk. This is the Heart Walk, the American Heart, make sure I say this right, Martha, the Heart Association. It's the Heart Month. Is it Healthy Heart Month?
Yes.
Healthy Heart Month, yes.
Yes.
And so just give us a little information on some of the things that that the American Heart Association is, that they'd like us to share.
Absolutely. And this grew, this awareness, as Charles mentioned, February is the National or Healthy Heart Month. And this effort grew out of our current partnership with the American Heart Association, who most know have been around for over 100 years. We started actually with a heart walk in Pasadena, California, a couple of months ago now, several months ago, to kind of kick off what the California chapter has started kind of the efforts around a reopening of our food pantry, but a heart-healthy focused food pantry. In the past, we used to give out coffee and donuts, which I'm a big fan of, but really trying to move and maneuver that in a more healthy direction, just to really address a couple of key issues, and I'll talk a little bit about those. And this is sort of the effort of the American Heart Association. If anyone wants to get on the website to get some resources, there's some valuable information and resources at the American Heart Association website, www.heart, cardiovascularhealth.org. So very, very easy to remember. But this February 7th is National Wear Red Day. And it's an effort to help spread the word, spread the effort about the importance of cardiovascular health. And unfortunately, cardiovascular disease is the number one killer of women. But in many instances, it can be prevented through education and a healthy lifestyle. So, you know, as we mentioned, making changes to your diet to include more healthy food choice items sometimes is, you know, the very important first step. And so the 7th, which is Friday of February, we're encouraged to wear red in honor of cardiovascular health. Again, it's something that unfortunately targets too many women, and in particular people of color, as we have not incorporated a lot of, again, some of the simpler health. I mean, it sounds simple to say that it's simple, but, you know, if you look at how easy it is to incorporate a little bit more simple exercise and diet. And awareness, of course, with education and awareness, those are the two things that you can challenge yourself to do. So, for example, only half of women are aware that cardiovascular disease is their leading cause of death. So, getting on social media, you know, creating a post, sharing information with women that you love, women in your family, women at work, women that you know and interact with. I mean, it's, again, something very important that we may not have considered to be very important, but something that we can do very easily just to share, again, information. So we're about, you know, a week away, well, less than a week away from Wear Red Day. Again, it's the American Heart Association effort to just make people aware of the importance of cardiovascular health. And also, you know, kind of in that to really incorporate regular checks for blood pressure, because the blood pressure, of course, is the indication that there's something could be going on with your heart. So, and a lot of times, you know, there's free blood pressure check machines, you know, at your local Walgreens or local CVS, Rite Aid, you know, just to start, again, in the direction of being aware of what your heart health looks and feels like. So if you're not eating a healthy diet and you don't get regular exercise, you know, it's really important then for you to check your blood pressure to see, you know, kind of where the indicators are at for you personally. So just a couple of notes there about February 7th, and it's Wear Red Day. Again, the Heart Association is really trying to pump out, you know, as much information about heart attack signs, stroke and cardiac arrest symptoms, and then, of course, if you are experiencing any signs of heart attack, stroke, or cardiac arrest, please call 911. You know, and quickly, it's you know, chest discomfort, any kind of discomfort in areas in the upper body, any shortness of breath, cold sweat, nausea, lightheadedness, and again, there's more information about these symptoms on the American Heart Association website, along with stroke symptoms, you know, face drooping, any kind of arm weakness, speech difficulty. It's time to call 911. And again, the effort here is to not to scare anyone, but to really just start making people aware that cardiovascular issues are, you know, a lot more prevalent in our communities, and unfortunately we're unaware of them all too often, in particular, again, as women and as communities of color. I'll pause there.
Yeah, well, you know, we need to, that the information needs to get out, you know, because that's a silent killer. You know, if you don't, you know, I mean, you know, people, we tend to take things for granted. Say, oh, you know, I'll be all right, you know, If you have things like it's in your family history of high blood pressure or things like that. Me being part of a research in the Rancho family for the last 30 plus years, we had a lot of we had stroke studies and things like that, and people would come in who were like, oh, they would have strokes and heart attacks and things like that because, for one, either they weren't health conscious, or they had medicine that the doctors would give them, and they were like, oh, I just wasn't taking my medicine and things like that. And it's, they give you medicine for your health. It's like, hey, take it, and I have talked to people that I know who had heart issues, and their thing was like, you know what, nah, I don't want to take any medicines and this and that. And then, you hear later on, oh, did you hear about so-and-so? They passed, and, that's kind of, that's not really nice. That's heartbreaking to hear things like that. So we need to really educate, and people just need to be health conscious, and we'll push this until the end of time, and we need to, health is important. You only have one life, and you really have to take care of it. And it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, you still have to maintain health. I mean, that goes without saying. You really have to take care of your health. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break here, and we'll come back on the other side, and then we'll dive into a little bit more of our subject topics.
Take time to tell you just how my love maneuvered through my world. I always had the highest respect for her because she was a Christian girl. I always thought of her as the prettiest thing a guy could ever want to see. I don't know how she blew my mind. It's like she put a spell on me. She also used to think very high of me and thought that I was really cool. I remember when, back in the days, I used to make her laugh in school. That's because she's the one
I gave my heart to.
She's the one,
no one compared to.
She's the one,
my love.
She's the one
I'm always thinking of.
Back in the days when I was young and every day was always good, hanging out with my homeboys in my old neighborhood. We used to talk all of the time about the girls that we would date. If you had 2 or 3 or more, you really topped the Mackin game. There was the one, when she came around, with me she used to have her way. All she had to do was look in my eyes, and I was hers the rest of the day. That's because she's the one
I gave my heart to.
She's the one,
no one compared to.
She's the one
my love.
She's the one
I'm always thinking of.
She's the one
That breaks me down. Oh,
She's the
I
one
wanna be around. Oh,
She's the one
and I must say that always makes my day. If you ever find someone's right for you, don't take them for granted. Love them and never let them keep me from you.
25 years have come and gone. I'm proud to say I married her, and now we have kids that are grown. That's our dad. Every now and then I run into the guys I used to hang out with. Some of them are still into playing games. I guess they'll always be doing it. I can truly say the one that I have has surely been worth the wait. Yes, cause now she's my wife and my best friend. But best of all, she's my soulmate. I can tell you, she's the one.
I gave my heart to.
She's the one.
No one compared to.
She's the one.
That one my love.
She's the one.
I'm always thinking of.
She's the one.
I gave my heart to.
She's the one.
No one compared to.
She's the one.
That one my love.
She's the one.
I'm always thinking of.
She's the one.
That breaks me down.
She's the
I
one.
wanna be around.
She's the one.
That I must say.
She's the one that always makes my day. 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 Makes my day.
All right, we're back. It's your cool veteran day. Today is Saturday, February the 1st, and it is the beginning of Black History Month. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. But first, I'm going to give you a little insight as to what happened with my. I went to the NAMM show. If you're not familiar with, that's the National Association of Music Merchants, I believe, and it's all about music, anything to do with music. I mean, I'm talking about software, instruments, sound booths, microphones, you know, anything and everything, and so I went with my peer. He is my mentor, one of my main mentors, Magic Marino, and Magic is a music producer and longtime friend, and so the idea. I mean, so we went to the convention. It was at the Anaheim Convention Center, and basically the whole convention center is nothing but NAMM. Every room, every space filled. 2, 3, 4, 5 floors. I mean, you know, like rooms. They have stages outside, stages inside. They got people singing inside. They got. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just people, and music, musicians, producers, writers, band. You know, you name it, anything to do with music, and it is a busy place. I've never been to a convention. I went last year for the first time, and last year was the 100th anniversary. So this place has been around since 1924, I believe. And so this is 101 years this year. It's busy, but I enjoyed it. You walk around, you go around, and you see just new software. You know, I'm really into this software stuff because I do a lot of computer recording and things like that. And Magic and we went just and looking, and it just, I mean, it was something to be at. So if you ever never been to NAMM, you have to check it out. It's called the NAMM Show. Google it, NAMM, NAMM. It's the National Association of Music Merchants, I believe. I could be saying that wrong, but it was a wonderful thing. We did check out some software that helps you with your editing part of the music thing. We checked out some microphones, studio booths. They have sound last year. I remember they had a container, a shipping container, a small shipping container that was soundproofed with these soundproof windows, so you can hear the noise outside. And when they closed the door, boom! It was almost like it was just completely shut off. It was very. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this, and And I have from my friends, I got sponsored by U2 Mobility, and they gave me this Scout, which is it's a like a handlebar, like a motorcycle connector that you connect. You have they put a brace on your chair, and you connect it to it, and it basically it's an electric wheel. It has an electric battery, and it'll pull you around, and it has a trip meter on it. And when I was done, I did 6 miles just going back and forth in that place. 6 miles in the course of the day. I was like, wow, I never would have thought, and I was glad I had it, because a lot of it, if you don't know me, then you know that I'll tell you, I use a wheelchair, and pushing a wheelchair on carpet is like kind of almost not as bad, but almost like pushing on grass. So it's not the easiest. There's a lot of space where you're pushing on carpet, but it was fun, and I'm glad, and I was absolutely happy to be able to go and come back and report. If you haven't checked out the NAMM show, you need to check it out. If you have anything to do with music, if you just love music, there were some concerts I went to. There was just some performances. Got to see some live people just blowing their instruments. You could go in and you can play the pianos, you can blow the saxophones, you can play the guitars. There were people who were trying out the drums. It was just, it's just like, it's like a kid being in a candy store if you're a musician. And so for me, music is my passion, and bringing it here, part of the whole show is about music. And so I have to talk about the music, and of course I have I write and record my own music. And this song that we just done, that was just at the break, I wrote this song. It's called "She's the One," and it's my first reggae song that it's mostly reggae. But I tend to mix genres, and being the original member and co-leader of Per Se, the band, PERSE, 2 words, Per Se. We have a mix of music it's all, all of our music is homemade. We don't do covers, and it's our genres are R&B, rock, reggae, gospel, funk. We do a lot of some of the South American stuff, reggae, and so it's just a mix with myself, Herman Hogan, and we have a new member, and his name is Ray Law. And so at one point, Per Se was, we had 9 members, and there have been people who've come and gone. Some have passed away, some have moved, some have just decided to do other things, but I'm still here. Herman is here. We enjoy doing our music. We enjoy writing or recording, and we just this past last weekend we were at the Aquarium of the Pacific, along with the PVA. We had our booth, the PVA, but the band was there, and we played. We've been doing this. I've lost count, but I think it's 13 or 14 years, or maybe more. I don't know. That Per Se has been playing there, and PVA is starting to be a regular as well, starting as of last year. And so we're really excited about that. And we will actually be at the Aquarium of the Pacific again at the end of this month for the African American Festival. So there's the Festival of Human Abilities, and they have a lot of disabled veterans that, disabled performers. And there's a friend of mine who's been going for years, and I was talking to him when I was there last weekend, and I'm going to bring him on. He's a great musician, great guitar player. His name is Dat Nguyen, and if you look him up, he's been Dad has been on TV. He's played for Disneyland. Great guy. And we're going to bring him on, and we're going to do some things for him. And I talked to him about doing some collaboration with Per Se, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And Dad is a great guy, and he's blind. He's a blind musician, and plays a great guitar. And so I talked to Dad and Johnny, his music partner, and told him, "Hey, let's get you guys in." So they're all for it. We're going to do that. We'll find a good day and bring him in, and we're going to do a set. And that will probably play his guitar live. If not, we'll have some music from him. But his name is Dat Nguyen, and so we'll be bringing him on, and I'm going to bring the other guys from the band in as well. And we're just going to, music is going to be part of the show. Again, I say this is an eclectic kind of a show. We're not your typical just come in and bring veterans and talk about PTSD or wars or anything. Those things are great and fine, but we want to make sure this is more of a variety kind of a show. That's what makes it cool. When I tell people, what we do, they always say, "Oh, that's cool." See, there it is. That's why it's called the Cool Veterans Show. We want to do things, and "Cool" is the song that I wrote called "Cool," and that's what the part is. And so, let me tell you about my friends again. John and Mike over at U2 Mobilities, and Mary, John Box, Mary Box, his wife, and Mike Young. These guys are sponsoring me with these. I think I was talking about the Scout, and so this thing is great, and I'm learning a lot using this. It's because I'm getting up there in age. I'm not old, but I'm getting up there, and so I have to, whenever I have these long distances, this thing is great to have. So I just wanted to throw that in there because these guys are sponsors, and I'm going to be doing some things. I'm starting to do some pitch. I'm going to start making some little infomercials. So if you have an infomercial, give us a call. Martha, are you still there with me?
Yes, I am here.
I know Martha, she's over there like, I'm falling asleep, I'm sick, but if you have any questions for us, give us a call or, send us an email. Do you have that information with you, Martha?
Email for
Just,
email.
yes.
info@pvacc.org.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can
You can shoot us an email or our website, pvacc.org.
Yes, and we will answer any questions you have. If you want to be a sponsor on a radio show, give us a call. Let us know if you want us to do something with the with the chapter. We'll do that. And also, we'll talk about we're going to be hosting a Super Bowl party next Sunday, and what we want to do is bring our members. Anyone's invited. If you want to come in, we'll get some volunteers. Martha, you have information about the volunteers that are going to come help us. And what we're going to do is we're going to, just throw a party for the members at the Long Beach VA hospital. The ones that are in the hospital, they can come in, and then the members who aren't in the hospital, they can come in as well. And we just want to have a good time. We'll have food. We'll have some gift cards to give away. Things like that, just to make it a fun time, and just to get. Our job as a chapter is to make our members' lives a little bit more easier and fun, and we want them to get out. And this is kind of like, the ones that are in the hospital. We also want to make sure that their lives are a little bit easier, because it's not easy just living in the hospital all the time or being in the hospital. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and give you a little bit more information and talk about a little bit about veterans and Black history.
There's a cool place just south of LA where the people go to work and the people go to play. So many sights for you to see. You can take the family through, like the Queen Mary ship and the aquarium too. Once a year you'll see cars racing in the streets. People come from everywhere, checking out the Grand Prix. Go to see the show or find a place to be. off on a cruise or hang out at the beach and just enjoy the view. People seem to be out shopping everywhere. At the farmer's market, the freshest food is there. If you're going for a date or going just to see, something's always going on downtown in Long Beach. Downtown Long Beach, Southern California, USA. Downtown in Long Beach, the city by the waterfront, where the people work and play. Downtown in Long Beach, city of Long Beach, where the business people often meet. Downtown in Long Beach, there's always something going on when you get to Long Beach. Downtown in Long Beach, you might just fall in love with Long Beach. You might just fall in love with Long Beach. You might just fall in love in Long Beach. You might just fall in love in Long Beach.
All right, we're back. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to focus a little bit on, this is the first day. February 1st is the beginning of Black History Month. And I'm just going to bring out a few little things that, a little bit of history of some of the veterans, it's a mixture of veterans and Black history, since we do kind of like focus on veterans. And so, I say during Black History Month, it's important to recognize the significant contributions of African American veterans who have served the U.S. military throughout the history. Of course, they were facing segregation and discrimination while serving, and fighting every major American war. It's not easy having to deal with that, and achieving notable achievements. They were doing despite challenging conditions. And some of the notable figures include Lawrence Brooks, who was the oldest known World War II veteran. Jesse Brown was the first black VA secretary, and Montford Point Marines. And the Montford Point Marines, they endured segregating training during World War II as well. And, these things aren't easy to deal with. It's hard enough for, being in living in society. You have to deal with people, Hold on. Let's see what we got. Yeah. It's hard enough that you have to deal with people. And, when you're dealing with segregation and things like that, it doesn't make your life easy, being an African American, I know I've lived through some, and I've dealt with racism, and so, but some of the key points about black veterans is that millions of there were significant numbers. Millions of African Americans have served in the U.S. military, and they were participating in every major war, including the American Revolution, World War I, World War II, and beyond. And again, when I talk about segregation and discrimination, that was part of it. And despite their services, black soldiers often face segregation and discrimination within the military, including being placed in separate units. So I guess it's okay to fight for the country, but then they want you to fight in a separate place. And I can only imagine they were also denied equal opportunities. But it is what it is, unfortunately. So some of the veterans that the black African American that fought were I mentioned the Montford Point Marines. They were an African American Marines who trained at Camp Montford Point, North Carolina, and during World War II, and they were facing harsh conditions due to segregation. Of course, Lawrence Brooks, recognized as the oldest World War vet, he served in the Army's 91 Engineer Battalion, and Jesse Brown, again, I said he was the first black secretary of the Veterans Affairs. And, there were also these, the 76th 1st Tank Battalion. They were known as the Patton's Panthers, and they were a predominantly black unit that distinguished themselves during World War II. And then, of course, in 1863, the U.S. government officially allowed African Americans to enlist in the military, with nearly 200,000 black soldiers serving in the U.S. Army by the end of the Civil War. And I know the Civil War was a time of it was unease, I should say, a very time of unease. But we've endured that, and here we are in 2025, just trying to keep things going, and now the military is really diverse, and we're just trying to make sure that we're serving, and it's being a veteran, and I've done my part, and I continue to serve and try to help veterans serve, and help veterans when we still serve, because sometimes you need to, even though you're not active military, you're still out there, you're helping people, you're talking to people and things like that, and you're just trying to make sure that because a lot happens to a person when they're in the service and they're at war or things like that. They come out and they need psychological help. They need just mentoring. They need somebody to talk to. Whether there's a lot that goes on. Especially if you have injuries and things like that. It's always good for a veteran to talk to someone who has been there, and being African American, we our challenges are always a little bit different, a little bit more, or not just African American, but just being a minority, that could be Latino or Asian or whatever, being in the service. Because I've seen some of the things, and being in the military, you tend to get the joke around and talk about different ones. It's all in fun, but it's still under really undercover, or it's racism to say just a bit. They're not focusing on racism, but just the fact that to say that these things exist, and it's not easy serving in the service when knowing that people come from different places, different cities, different states, and when you get with someone who you don't know and you've been a part of, it's like well, you have to live with them. You're bunking together. And when the bottom line is, if you go to war, you really have to count on those people that are there. It's not the part of you have to trust in this person, and relationships are born that way. And I find that a lot. I found that out. Just being out with people. Of course, I never went to a war or anything, but just serving with people from different backgrounds, I find you find that you end up having friends from different parts of the country, and it and some of these friends can be long term, and so this part of Black history is it's good to talk about it, and veterans, if there are any there are events that go on, again. Per se will be at the African American Festival. It's not a veteran affair, but it's a music festival at the Aquarium of the Pacific. So you can go to their website, just Google Aquarium of the Pacific. They're in Long Beach, California, and look up festivals and go to their African American Festival. Again, myself and Per se the band, we've been there for I don't know, 13, 14 years. It could be a lot longer, but I lost count. And we're over there playing our music. We do our thing, and but they have, again, great performances by some African Americans, and I think it's something that you should check out. Martha, are you still with me?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is, we got we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and finish up, and we'll give you a little bit wind up and just kind of, go into review of some of the things we talked about.
And hold on, oh, don't you give up. Don't turn and walk away. And if you hold on and don't give up, there'll be a brighter day. There'll be a brighter day. There will be a brighter day. Step at a time, so hold on, don't give up. Greatest fight is within your mind, so hold on, don't give up. You gotta hold on and don't give up. Don't turn and walk away. Hold on, hold on. There'll be a brighter day. There'll be a brighter day. I know that there'll be a brighter day.
Okay, we're back. We're back here to kind of wrap up, the last segment about what some of the things we talked about, and just kind of review and say that hey, it's been great. I want to give a big props to our engineer Joe. Who's he's the man. He makes it happen over here, and without him, nothing of this stuff could be possible. So, again, we give it up to Big Joe. And Martha, so
Yes.
we are wrapping it up. And I know we talked a little bit about the healthy heart. What do you call it? Healthy heart.
American Heart Month.
American Heart Month. Okay. I don't know. I'm making up stuff over here. You know me. But so what we want to do is just kind of reiterate some of the things about the Heart Month, and you said we want to wear red on Friday, is it, I believe?
Yep, this Friday is the Wear Red Day in honor of the Healthy Heart Month. That's where you get that from. Just making sure that we bring awareness to how important it is to be aware of our heart health.
Yes.
And there's some important resources also available on the CDC website, so www.cdc.gov. I know we kind of left a little somber note with some of the statistics that aren't very good. Unfortunately, as heart disease is the leading cause of death for men, women, and people in most racial and ethnic groups. Unfortunately, 1 in 5 die every year. Or in 2002, 1 in 5 deaths in the U.S. was caused by heart disease. But just to leave with some important things that you can do on a positive note, managing your blood pressure, as I mentioned, and that's free. You can get your blood pressure checked at most local CVS and Walgreens and Rite Aids have the free blood pressure machines there. And then also just making sure that you're exercising. And again, necessarily mean you got to go to the gym. Exercising around the house, moving your arms above your head is actually kind of as easy as they explain you need to do to get your heart pumping, your blood pumping. So really important, the ABCs of heart health. Aspirin is also proven to be good. Again, check with your local healthcare professional. Controlling that blood pressure and cholesterol. Making sure that your diet is good. Making sure you're getting plenty of fruits and vegetables, and that's where, again, the Healthy Heart Month, what we're doing, incorporate a pantry with more healthy food options, and not smoking, and kind of curbing any drinking that you might do recreationally, recreational. So just wanting to end with some positive things that you can do in honor of February being the American Heart Month.
That's right. That's good. It's those things are important. The heart is the key to your life. If it's not working right, you will have problems, and that's for sure. The body has certain organs that if you lose them, you can still function. Myself, I go back to 1982 as I left. I graduated from the Defense Mapping School in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and before I made it home, I was in a head-on collision with a drunk driver, and I lost my spleen. I was in a coma. It was bad. I think I've talked about it before here on the show, but so I lost my spleen, and that wasn't. So the spleen helps fight infection. So I have to take shots. I've been doing it ever since, and I was 18 then, and I'm, and I'll be pulling up to 62 next month. So, and I got to tell you, I've had some down times in my life, but you know what? My heart is still here, and that's what that's the one organ. So I've lost my spleen, and I've lost my anyway, I lost some organs in parts of my body, but I'm here, and I know we have a little bit over a minute left, and so we just want to make sure that everyone knows that you can find exercise. Give us a call at our chapter. Send us an email, info@pvacc.org, info@pvacc.org, and we have events for veterans and events that come up. If you want to get involved, give us a call. We have about a minute left, and so we want to make sure we get this info. And I want to tell you thanks again to the guys over at U2Mobility.com. That's John Box, Mike Young, and Mary Box. They're sponsors. We want to give it up for the American Heart Association. Just being, these are, our sponsors are great. And, we're going to say, I'm Charles Whitehead, and this is Martha Varela, and we are here with the Cool Veteran Show, and we will see you in 2 weeks. All right. Thank you.
Get all the facts, all you need to know on KCAA Radio.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves